guys, it's me, Andy, again. Obviously, I've been a little MIA over the last month or so. I just got back from Mozambique, and after that I just simply didn't feel like vlogging. I'm sorry, but in the meantime I have been getting quite a few questions in my comments of my videos, so I'm gonna get to those. Today's video is gonna be a sit-down video. I'm just gonna do something fun because I haven't been filming at all. So I just wanted to catch up with you guys a little bit and just answer some questions that you might have, and yeah, go from there. It is the 31st of January today. Finally, this month is over. Like, anybody else in South Africa that works and feels my pain, it's crazy. Anyway, tomorrow is a new month. It's also my birthday month, so I'm really excited and I'm going to get back into vlogging. I've also got a little bit of new things happening in life, so I'll take you guys along with me with those. Okay. Nando's. Yum. I'm starving. Hi guys, so I'm doing my sit down now. I'm just gonna go over a few things because I have been flying for 5 months now, and I decided to do the sit down just talking about things that I love that passengers do and things that I'm not so crazy about that passengers do. And it's funny because a couple of the things that I don't like that passengers do are things that I used to do as a passenger. So I feel like this is also good just to educate a few people on just what might make your flight attendant hate you during your flight. So this is just like a really light-hearted video. I'm not trying to hate on anyone or anything like that, but obviously in life, especially in customer service, there are a few frustrating things that you experience, and I mean, it's just reality. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna start with things that we're not that crazy about that passengers do. One of them being when passengers try to like interrupt or criticize our safety related duties. That's not fun, because if it's something like everyone is seated, the door is closed, we're taxiing we're taxiing out to the runway, and I'm giving an overwing briefing, let's say, and then some random passenger will get up and be like, sorry, I want to pass you, I want to go to the toilet. Like, no, you're not going to the toilet while we're taxiing to take off. That's not happening, please. So we usually only unlock the toilets when the aircraft is in the air and the seatbelt signs are off. So before that, please don't try to go to the toilet unless it absolutely is an emergency. Then obviously we'll be considerate. We understand, we're human too. And then, oh, I have a little list in case you're wondering what I'm looking at. During the service, this is number 2. During the service, when we're coming down the aisle with our trolley, we really don't like it when passengers grab something from our trolley. Like, whether we are selling something on board or if it's complimentary meals, if you just grab something from, that's not so much of a bad, it's just a bit of a pet peeve that we have, because it's like, I'm busy with this row, wait until I'm finished with this row and then I'll attend to you. You're in the next row. Please don't grab the bottle of water on top of my trolley, because the chances are that's not even a bottle of water that I'm going to give you. That's just for the display so you know what I have available. Just, yeah, so don't grab things. Just don't wait until they offer you something and then take it. Okay. And then another thing during service is when passengers either are a little uncertain and like take a long time to decide, or when they speak very softly. Like when we go, okay, would you like an orange juice or water or coffee? And you sit there and you go, I don't know, don't you have a Sprite? And like, I just told you, I've got water, coffee, or juice. Like, please. So that's also, or like when you just take long to decide, then we're just standing there, we're like, we've still got like a whole plane to serve after you, you know? And then stuff like speaking softly, like when I say, so would you like, I don't know, would you like a water, juice, or a coffee? And speaking softly, you turn down back to your phone and you go, yeah, I'd like a coffee, thanks. I can't hear what you're saying. I'm standing up, I'm in the middle of the aisle, there's engines roaring, I cannot hear you clearly. Turn around and enunciate, just say, yes, can I have a coffee please, 2 sugars and some milk. That'll make my day, that'll make me more efficient if you know what you want. And if you just say it to me clearly enough, because otherwise I have to keep leaning in and going, sorry, pardon, I didn't quite catch that. So, you know, that is just helpful. And then the last thing that I don't like is when passengers ask me to get their bag out of the overhead bin. Like, that's not our, we don't do that. Once the seatbelt signs are off and we're in the air, you're more than welcome to stand up and open the overhead bin and take your bag out and take your cell phone out of it or take your wallet out of it or whatever it is that you want to do. You're more than welcome to do that. And I remember doing this once in my first flight. I went to America and I forgot my, I had like a jersey in my bag that was in the overhead bin. And I said to the flight attendant, like I waited until she was doing the service and I said to her, hi, sorry, can you please just grab my bag? It's the blue one in the overhead. I just want to take my jersey out of it. And the look on her face, she was just like, you're welcome to stand up and get it yourself. And I was just like, ooh. So, but now I understand, because you get so many people each flight or each day that will ask you to do that, and it's something so simple, like you're welcome, you can do it, it's okay guys, you can stand up. Like, we do suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight, but that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to stand up and get your bag, especially if there's no turbulence. If the seatbelt signs aren't on, then you can get up. Just, yeah, you can get up. Especially if it's during service. Like, I'm busy trying to pour you some coffee and you want me to grab something out of your bag, like, you know, and especially if it's a heavy bag. Like, I don't want to get hurt. But yeah, anyway. I also really don't like it when people walk in and just say, oh, I know I'm sitting at seat 6A. And they just want to walk right past you. But we have to see your boarding passes, guys. It's not about what seat you're sitting at. I could not care any less about what seat you are sitting at. But I need to see that you're on the right flight. And a lot of people don't pay attention. A lot of people, it has happened before. I heard from one of my old instructors, it has happened before, where somebody just wasn't paying attention. They were busy on their phone. And they are walking onto her flight and they're going, no, I know where I'm sitting. It's, let's say, for example, 6A. And she was like, I have to see your flight. I have to see your boarding pass. And he was like, no, but I know where I'm sitting, man. Why do you have to make such a hassle? And she was like, sir, I'm not checking for your seat number. I'm making sure you're on the right flight and other details. And so he did take his flight out. And it turns out he was supposed to be on a completely different airline, a completely different plane, leaving at a completely different time. So it's just like, I know that nowadays obviously there's very little chance of that happening, but it can happen, and we just need to double, triple check. We just have to, okay? So please don't put your boarding pass away until you're on that plane and the flight attendant and the flight attendant has checked it. Then you can put it away. So, moving on to things that we love that passengers do. The first thing that I absolutely love starts at the beginning of the flight, and that is greeting me hello. You'll get people that go as far as actually reading your name badge and actually say, "Oh, good morning, Andy. Here's my boarding pass." And those are my favorite people. But just to, you know, because even if it's like a flight at 6 o'clock in the morning, none of us are happy to be awake at 6 o'clock in the morning. Not the passengers, not the crew. It's really early in the morning, especially in winter. So yeah, I like it when people... What was I... Am I on things I don't like or things that I do like? Oh, I think I'm on things that I like, right? Because I've been going back and forth a bit. But anyway, whatever. Okay, another thing that I like that passengers do is when they are proactive. Especially people who are frequent travelers, I notice they do it the most, which is really cool because they can see that, like, you know, we've got a ton of things to do, so it's really nice for them to actually, even if they're just helping one person, or even if they just explain to the person, no, the toilet is locked until we're in the air. I just love stuff like that. And even with, like, when we're cleaning up the cabin after the service, I like it when passengers, you know, just put, like, let's say you had like a coffee and a packet of chips or something, like, I like it when they just like put their little empty packets of chips in the cup and put it on their tray table. It doesn't have to be a lot of stuff or anything miraculous to be proactive, but just being that thoughtful, then I can just pick up just the cup. I don't have to pick up like half of the packet of chips behind you and here and there and on the other seat next to you. It's just right there on your tray table. I love that kind of stuff. And then I think the last thing I like is compliments. I love compliments because I'm all about compliments. Because I compliment people. I like to, if I see something that I like, or if like a lady has like a really nice hairstyle, I'm like, oh girl, look at you, you know. And I just think in customer service, a small compliment goes a long way. It really does. And if you were really happy with your flight and everything that your flight attendant did and her service and all that stuff, then it does not hurt to just say, oh, thank you, Andy, that was such a nice flight. Enjoy your day. Something like that. I absolutely love that. And what I love more is that I do get a lot of those. And I think a lot of people nowadays are getting friendlier and friendlier, which is good. There's no reason not to smile. There's no reason not to spread good vibes. We're alive. We have a roof over our heads. You just landed safely. Hello. So I love things like that. And it seems like for every one passenger that just walks out and doesn't even look at me, there's about 6 or 7 more that will actually be like, thank you so much, good night. And that makes it worth it. It does. Also, if you guys work in customer service, I'd love to hear something, like a funny story from you, or something that you like about your customers, or something that a customer has done to annoy you a little bit. I think that would be really funny to get the conversation started. Okay, so before I leave you guys, I was looking at my YouTube, my other videos, and I got a couple of questions. One was this. Elite King asked, what about mail? Where can I find a school around Durban or anywhere? Please help me, thanks. So males can be flight attendants. I'm pretty sure every airline I know of in South Africa takes male cabin crew as well. I don't think I've ever seen a male cabin crew at Airlink though, but definitely at places like SAA, Mango, Comair, I've definitely seen male flight attendants there. And even just to get into the flight attendant school, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Just do your research. Like I said in the first video, research a good school. The only one I know of in Durban, because I see you asked about Durban, the only one I know of in Durban is Sky Aviation. So just, you know, Google them or something like that and do some research, and I'm sure it'll work out for you. Yeah. And then another question that I got was from Stace Grace. She said, hi there, I just subscribed to your channel. Thank you. I wanted to know the payment structure for a flight attendant in South Africa. I'm moving from the US back home and I'm really interested in this career. Okay, so the way that it works, I'm not sure about every single airline, but what I do know is that you get a basic. A lot of companies, you first get a basic, which it can range from I'm not too sure. I think it can range from about 7,000 or 8,000 rand up to maybe 14,000, 15,000 rand. Different companies, I don't know, but it can be up to that much. It can be, but that's not saying that it will be. Obviously, this is, if it's your first time flying, then it will be junior level. So let's just say average about 12,000 rand a month would be your basic. And then I'm not sure if every airline does this, but a lot of them do have an S&T structure, which is kind of like a meal allowance for every day that you fly, or otherwise every flight that you operate. I'm not sure how they count it. You'll get a certain amount of money for that too. It's not like cash before every flight. It gets added up and put into your bank account with your salary at the end of the month or whenever your payday is. So you get that, and then I think some places pay you extra if you have a layover, like an overnight stay somewhere. I'm not too sure which airlines in South Africa have that, because honestly I don't think any of them do, because again, as I've mentioned before, it's such a small country, we don't really have layovers. So yeah, that's how it works. It's just you get a basic salary, but then you know that you are gonna get extra money for each flight that you operate. Okay, and Stage Grace also asked, what do I think about the school called EPT Aviation Training? I know a lot of flight attendants that have been to EPT, hey, so I think it's a pretty good school. And was the testing challenging? Do you mean like the assessments? Well, during your ab initio training, because it's usually every couple of days you have to have a test or do an assessment or something like that, and it is a bit challenging. It is. If you don't listen in class and if you don't study, you could flop. You really could flop. So I simply suggest that you pay attention in class. Ask as many questions as you can. There is no such thing as a stupid question, trust me. And study as hard as you can. Practice your briefings. What I did was you have to learn certain things, you have to learn certain briefings and shouted commands and stuff. I recorded myself saying it, and then I would listen to it over and over again, because that would help me. Like, that's how I studied, is just recording stuff and listening to it over and to the same way that if you listen to a song 3 times, you remember the words. It was the same thing for me. So yeah, I think if you just put your best foot forward, you'll do great. But wish you the best. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please ask me more questions if you have anything, because I would love to do a just a question and answer video for you guys. Yeah, right now I am going to chill, have some lunch, my Nando's. I gotta finish my Nando's. I hope you all have a brilliant day. Today is the 1st of February, so happy new month. And it's love month, which I'm not really big into Valentine's Day, but it is my birthday month, so that's what I'm excited for. I'll talk to you guys again soon. I'll do another video soon. But for now, yeah, have a great day. Please spread good vibes, be kind, and see you guys next time. Bye.